baseman, number 14, Bryce Roberts. Batting fifth and playing shortstop, number 8, Jackson Holt. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 99, Gage Alderman. Batting seventh, the right fielder,
Good afternoon, folks. Jaron Peoples, Jeremy Diamond here at Eagle Park for this playoff warm-up game between the visiting Bullard Panthers and the hometown Tatum Eagles. And so we're going to start with the starting lineup for the Bullard Panthers, and Jeremy Diamond will give that to us.
Sure. So leading off today, we have the third baseman, Ty Rigsby. Batting second is the left fielder, Ethan Foster. Batting third is the DH, Cage Korinek. Batting fourth at first base is Bryce Roberts. Batting fifth is a shortstop, Jackson Holt. Batting sixth is the catcher, Gage Alderman. Batting seventh is the right fielder, Jonah Hunter. Batting eighth is the center fielder, Tucker Stainback. And then batting ninth is the second baseman, Tannen Wynn.
All right, now we'll go for the hometown Tatum Eagles here. Leading off will be Grant Adcock. Batting second will be Cooper White, is playing shortstop. Batting third, the Prince, Jackson Prince, playing catcher. Batting fourth, designated hitter, they call him Colt Bullard. Batting fifth, second baseman Cody Hines. Batting sixth, playing first base, Brody Downs. Batting eighth, they call him Henny, Dustin Hennigan, playing left field. Batting eighth, third baseman Tucker Anthony. And batting ninth will be Aiden Courtney. And go ahead and give you a defensive look of that as well, how it's going to look for the Tatum Eagles
and
here.
then we got my man Logan Kanzler, all gas, no brakes, on the mound tonight for the Tatum Eagles.
Logan Kanzler on the bump for the Eagles. A lot of velocity. Big, what I call knuckle dragger, loves the sport, loves to throw hard. A great young man to talk to. I always enjoy getting to hang out and see Logan. So, again, going to be a good matchup here. This is, Coach Russell's not scared to schedule some tough competition, playoff warm-up.
Yeah, another district champion, back-to-back nights, right? And a team that went undefeated in their district and has over 20 wins on the season. So, again, a good, solid competition to get you ready for the playoffs. And, we talk about iron sharpens iron, right?
Yep.
You get those things in. And and then for Bullard on the mound tonight, you have Evan Downing. And so he's going to be, he won't be in the batting lineup. Obviously, Korenek's going to bat for him.
All right, well, we're going to go to the PA announcer, Mr. Sterling Mathis, for the national anthem. All right, here we go. Sorry for the sniffling and snotting here. It's it's allergy time in Texas, right? And so,
and then we have our flying ant friends hanging out with us today.
Yeah, we've got a lot of little bugs with us.
Quite the excitement going on over here.
So, all right, again, so the Tatum Eagles do fall to the New Diana Eagles last night in the playoff warm-up game. Really was a good game. You know, I think the story of last night's game for the Tatum Eagles was just leaving too many guys on base, right?
Yeah, and most of those in scoring position, not just leaving guys on base, but guys that were in a position to put runs on the board.
Most notably in that 7th inning, you know, you had the bases loaded.
Yeah.
And so.
And really, the scoring for New Diana was all on unearned runs. It was a couple of mistakes on some throwing and fielding error, and that led to both runs being scored. And so, really, you clean those things up, and you're in business. And again, it was still a good game, 2-1. They had a chance there in the bottom of the 7th, and they're going to look to get back on the top today. And again, they're facing a really, really good Bullard team.
Yeah, again, and the playoff, you know, lineup is already set for Tatum. They'll be taking on Mineola. Excuse me. They'll be taking on Mineola next week. Friday and Saturday. They are the campus of the Brook Hill School in Bullard. And so that is already set. That was been set for a few days now.
Yeah,
Mineola taking 4th place in that district.
Crossing all the fingers and toes and hoping we get the call on that one as well, and hoping they pick us to run that game. And again, it'll be through NFHS, but we'd love to be on that broadcast for that one.
Yeah, that's the hope. We'll see. Chancellor on the mound getting his warm-up pitches. And who's the first 3 up for the Panthers?
So we got Rigsby, followed by Foster, and then Karinik. And so Rigsby is the 3rd baseman, and then Foster's left field, and then Karinik is your DH. And Bullard's wearing the red jerseys and the white pants with the red pinstripe, kind of a classic look. And then they got the batting helmets with a white front, blue back, and red bill. And then Tatum takes the bump tonight in the greens with the white pants and stripes. Another cool classic look there, the pinstripe look on the pants and the solid top there.
We got a left-handed batter starting up for Bullard. Off speed from Chancellor, just a little outside.
Yeah, not often you see a left-handed leadoff guy, but probably an effective way to kind of change things up.
Good pitch here by Chancellor.
As a lefty myself, I love to see us represented, you know. It's always good.
Well, it's a prized commodity in baseball. Pitch outside.
And again, Chancellor's known for his gas, right? But he also has some good off-speed stuff as well. He'll throw it in there and mix things up.
Ball just misses outside. Not a bad spot. Just didn't get him to oblige on that one. So 3-1 the count. Called strike. Ball had a little moving and grooving to it. Came right in on the outside part of the black.
Yeah, and Rigsby comes in batting .365 on the season.
High tight inside, so the Panthers will get a base runner to start things off.
Again, Ethan Foster's your left fielder today. And he comes in batting .278 on the season. Throw over to first, not in time. Again, as we said, you know, back in the day, you'd say you're trying to get a little dirt on a guy, right? But these turf fields, it's hard to do. Pitch comes in. It's outside for ball.
Go ahead and chat with us. All you got to do is, if you haven't already, subscribe. And let us know where you're watching, who you're cheering for. Runner's going. Prince comes up. He throws. He reaches safely.
So 2 balls and no strikes. All right, they're going to change up the signals here. They're at a little meeting in the mines, make sure they're clear on signals. That way Bullard doesn't have a chance to pick those up early.
So 2 balls, no strikes. Called strike. Good pitch here. Goodness gracious.
That one hits the front of the plate, takes a huge hop, and allows the runner to advance to third. We saw this last time I saw Cancel on the mound. He just needs to settle in. I think he's such a competitor. It's almost that adrenaline is flowing a little bit too much, right? You got to learn how to channel that a little bit. He'll get it dialed in.
Ball hit just
Big
over the
high
head of Anthony. And Anthony couldn't really do much on that. He's obviously playing in on the left-handed batter, and it just took a big hop. And so one run does come in. With no outs.
And we got Korinek, the DH here at bat.
Call strike, good pitch here.
Yeah, I think you just got to trust your stuff, right? That's just one of those unlucky hops there.
Yeah.
You know, Anthony's playing at normal depth normally, and then that's an easy pick. Ball gets away from Downs, and the runner advances to second.
Pitch outside.
Again, another beautiful day here. Again, a great ballpark, right?
Love it
Great
here,
place to be on Saturday here. And then we were here last night for another great game, and so back-to-back days, a good place to be on the ball field. It's hard to complain when you're at the ball field back-to-back days, you know.
Absolutely.
Checks the runner there at second, checks him again.
And ball four.
Now batting number 14, Bryce Roberts.
So Roberts will step up to the plate. He's got two guys on, no outs. Bullard has struck first and put one across the board.
This is Roberts, the first baseman. Grounder to second, quick turn there, touches and goes.
They get a double play.
Yeah.
Good play there.
Number 8, Jackson Holt.
Yeah, the runner does move to third, but again, that's two big outs because now the next out ends the inning. So as long as you get the batter out here, then that run won't score. And you got Jackson Holt, the shortstop, up to bat.
Called strike. Coach Butler checking in with ARP. He does a great job of letting us know what's going on. The ARP Lady Tigers, first playoff win, I think, in over 10 years against Grand Sling. They're playing game 2 of that series, and they won 2-0 yesterday. And so the ARP Lady Tigers having a great, really historic season for them.
That's awesome.
Their new head coach.
And you got quickly 0-2 here on Holt. Inside and high.
And it almost, I think if the plate was a little further behind, it would have cut.
It almost came out.
That one did, and he swung at it and got a piece of it.
Yeah, and Holt comes in batting 300 on the season.
Pitch misses low outside, so 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Again, not a bad look there. I think if you can get him to chase, you'd love nothing more than that. And he had a pitch there to give.
You have one to give for sure.
Oh, that looked.
I'm surprised he laid off that one. That one was coming. It looked like down the pipe, and then took that left turn. And just good discipline there by the guy in the box because it looked fat. That one's fouled away. Good battle here.
Yeah, already 7 pitches in this at bat.
Swing and a miss. What a battle there by Kanzler. So they'll leave one on. They do score one. Well, we'll come back for the bottom of inning number 1. You're watching on the best sports network in Northeast Texas, NETSN. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks and friends. Jeremy Peoples, Jeremy Diamond here at Eagle Park, where the Bullard Panthers 4A school leads the Tatum Eagles by a score of 1-0.
Yeah, and you know, it could have been worse, right? I mean, I think Kanzler did a good job. He forced a double play and then a strikeout to end the inning with a runner on third, and so it could have easily been, you know, 3 or 4 runs, but he did a good job settling in after a little bit of a shaky start there, and threw 25 pitches in that inning. I know he'd love to be a lot lower than that, but I'm sure he'll settle in here, and then now it's time for the Tatum bats to do their work.
So speaking of that, so we'll start with leading off Grant Adcock.
Leading off for the Eagles, number 2, Grant Adcock.
Yeah,
get things started here.
He's batting .390 on the season, down a little bit from last night, but not much, but still a really good batting average again.
Oh, yeah.
What you want from your leadoff guy is getting on base.
Off-speed pitch starts way high. Now, who's that on the mound for Bullard?
That is Evan Downing.
Evan Downing.
Kind of the opposite build there of Kanzler.
Yeah.
He's a little bit small and wiry. He's feisty, I guess they might say. But yeah, two different body types right at pitchers. And again, that's the beautiful thing again about baseball too, is it doesn't necessarily have one type.
So a shot hit in the center field. Center fielder's coming over, trying to track it. He makes the catch.
Yeah, he put a good charge into that ball. Just unfortunately hung up in the air a little bit and went right to the center fielder.
So Coop will step up.
Yeah, and Coop's batting .408 on the season. He's leading the team in batting average.
Junior, also a member of that state championship basketball team, Tatum Eagles. Call strike on the inside corner there.
And I think the Tatum community knows, but Coach Russell's done just a wonderful job with this program.
Oh, yeah.
I think before he came, I think the season before, I think they might have had 1 win. He's really transformed this into a baseball and basketball and, right, like they've kind of well-rounded out with sports here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Coach Carr, who just retired with the basketball team, just legendary here for Tatum. Had 2 different stints with the Eagles and retired and go work on the ranch. And then, of course, Coach Keeling leads the football program and, state championship, multi-state championship coach there.
Yeah, so just a rich history, especially of late with sports and the quality of the programs here, and Coach Russell's a big part of that.
Yeah, and even on the girls' side, you got Coach Nelson with the girls' basketball. member of a couple of Hall of Fames. Coach Barker does a great job with the volleyball program. So, scoop. They throw, and so the side's retired. They put bat on ball, but couldn't get anything on the base pad. So we'll be back here for inning number 2 on NETSN. All right, here we go. Number 99 coming up for the Panthers. You don't see that a whole lot.
No, the catcher too, right? So catcher number 99, Alderman. Yeah, not a number you see a lot. Yeah, when I saw it on the sheet when they handed us the lineup, I thought it might have been just an accidental double right or something, but it's true. It's 99. Yeah, so for this inning, you'll have Alderman followed by Hunter, the right fielder, and then Stainback, the center fielder. And then if anybody gets on, we'll get to the bottom of the lineup there with Tannen Wynn, the second baseman.
Leading off the top of the second, number 99, James Alderman.
All right, here we go. Kanzler still on the mound, of course, for the Eagles.
Yeah, and Alderman's a big dude. I mean, he's a good-sized kid. And he's got the towel in the back pocket, kind of the new catcher thing, right? Keep your hand dry, and it looks cool when you run, I guess. And so,
about the fashion.
That's right. You look good, you play good, you feel good, right?
That's
Something
right.
like that.
The fastball a little outside, swing and a miss there from Kanzler, so good job. Hey, chat with us. Let us know you're there, who you're cheering for, where you're cheering from. Here comes a pitch. A little low outside. Ball 1, so 1-1 the count. Pitch on the inside, just a hair inside. 2-1, not a bad spot. Oh, it's foul ball.
I thought it went off the batter there, but the umpire kind of waited a second before he called
did.
foul.
And everybody was kind of slow moving to it.
No worse for the wear for Alderman there. So he's back in the box at 2-2.
Ball hit into left center field. Henny's coming up. One hops it, and this will be a single. Start things off for the Panthers.
Number 18, Jonah Hunter.
So Hunter stepping in the box. Big knuckle dragger, tall kid.
Yeah. You got a pinch runner there at first base. Believe that is number 6, Kane.
He's got the Evan mid on. Pitch high inside, ball 1.
I think we were laughing. I was watching a game the other night, and a kid had an oven mitt on the right hand and then put his left hand on the base. I was like, I think you've got that backwards. You're supposed to slide. Yeah, you're supposed to slide with the mitt reaching out, not with it.
Good little slider, it looked like. Came across, tailed in, called strike. Good pitch by Kanzler. 1-1's the count. Fouled away.
Yeah, that area over there outside the park is the hot spot if you want to get a baseball. There's lots of foul balls that get over there to that right-hand side.
Yeah, by the Little League field.
Yep.
Off-speed pitch, stays high. A little bit of wind, as you can hear, today. Not moving the flag just a whole lot, but it's definitely still making its presence known, the wind is. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners going. Ball hit
just out of
over
reach.
the reach of Hines, and the runner was going, so a hit and run there, and advances a runner to third. And again, could have been trouble if Hines would have snagged that, and he wasn't far from it.
I was going to say, I think if he, maybe if he hadn't been getting to second on the cover there, he might make that play, right? He was a step and a half past it when it came back toward him, but a good piece of hitting there, and they've got runners on first and third. No outs here. And then this is Stainback. He's the center fielder. He made the catch last part of the inning there on Adcock on that deep fly to lead off the game.
Called ball from Kanzler.
Yeah, and I think if you're Bullard here, you're probably going to try to get this guy to second, take away the double play. You already hit into one. You don't want to hit into another one.
Steps off, fakes a throw. Gets everybody back, keeps them honest.
Yeah, Alderman, or the pinch runner at third has kind of got a wide lead out here, not especially down the line, but he's definitely away from third.
Yeah.
Kind of an interesting way to do it. And then as the pitch comes, he moves back toward the line.
Yeah, he does have a little bit interesting.
He takes about 4 steps to the right and then kind of comes down the line at an angle once the pitch is thrown.
You kind of see that on our view there now. Runners going.
Oh, no, it gets past both.
Through.
The runner from third scores, and the steal gets all the way to third.
Yeah, no, right?
Called strike there, so 2 balls, 2 strikes. Excuse me, runner on third. That pitch was inside, so we go to a full count here.
Runner on third. Called strike 3. Good pitch there by Kanzler.
Now back number 16, Tatum Win.
All right, that brings in Tannen Win, the second baseman. Ball's way inside, gets away a little bit, but not enough to bring the runner home. So ball 1 there to win.
Sorry for the sniffling again. Man, it's something's in the air. Springtime in Texas. Pitch inside. Not giving anything on the inside corner here today. You know, he's been consistent with it. 1 out. Called strike. There we go. There's the inside corner. He found it.
Yeah, he moved that in about 1.5 inches and got the call.
Fouled away.
So 2-2 here. 1 out. Top of the second. Runner on third, and it's 2-0 Panthers.
They get the guy at home.
Great play.
Good heads-up play there.
Yeah, so runner gets the first on the fielder's choice. But again, it prevents a run, and it's the second out of our inning. Yeah, you saw Whitus there cut in front of Anthony to make that play, and he had enough time to come home, and a great tag by Prince.
Pitch outside.
And I think most players probably would have been resigned to just take the out at first and give up the run. But he noticed that Alderman was the catcher was at, or the, sorry, not Alderman, excuse me, Hunter was at third and had enough time to get him.
Well, smart defense is kind of a calling card for the Tatum Eagles. They've always done typically really well. It's really been a part of their big playoff runs the past couple of years. Called strike. He's found that corner.
Go get it, 3.
Yeah, Rigsby last time walked, stole a base, and then moved to third on a wild pitch and scored later in the inning. And so he was that first run that plated.
Cancel throws back to first.
So in both innings now, the leadoff batter has gotten a score. And so, again, Cancelar's going to try to shut the door here.
Runner's going.
He
All
came
right,
off
here
the
he
base.
goes. So Coop goes way up in the air, makes a catch. On the come down, puts the tag on. The runner comes off, so they get him at second. Great athletic play there by Cooper Whitus, and we'll come back for the bottom of inning number 2 here on NETSN. All right, so Bull, the designated hitter, Cole Bullard, he'll be stepping up to get things going here for the Eagles in the bottom of inning number 2. Go ahead and chat with us. All you got to do is hit subscribe if you haven't already. As Bullard puts one in deep center field. The catch is made. We got a good piece of it.
Number 22, Cody Hines.
So go ahead and chat with us. Let us know who you're cheering for, where you're cheering from. Cheering for the Eagles, we want to know it. Maybe we have some Bullard folks. It's good for us to know too. So we'd love for you to let us know.
Yeah, and thanks for tuning in. Hit subscribe. Yeah, it's a free subscription. It's free to download the app, and that's thanks to some great sponsors that take good care of us and want to help showcase high school athletics here in the state of Texas.
So ball 1 to Cody Hines. I know he had some family from Victoria listening in, or some friends and family from down south listening in. So ball misses outside.
Yeah, Downing was effective in the first inning. I think he only threw 6 pitches and got 3 outs. And so that one caught the black, I guess, just a bit.
Maybe a millimeter.
Got the call there.
Swing and a miss there from Hines. And so evens us up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss.
Pass the ball.
Pass the ball. Hines thought it tipped. And so he'll reach safely. That's why he hesitated on going. He thought it was a tip.
Now batting number 17, Brody Down.
Yeah, so the strikeout there, but then because of the ball getting away, he gets to go to first, and the throw wasn't in time. So
Hey, a base runner is a base runner.
that's right. However you can get them, you got to. Now the job is to manufacture them around the base path. So Downs is up here, first baseman.
So Brody Downs steps up.
Yeah, first pitch strike there. Brody had the night off last night and back in the lineup today.
He did come in as a pinch hitter at one point.
That's true. He did. You're right. Yeah, didn't get the start last night, but does again today, and back to first base for him.
It's a shot over the shortstop. Hines will come in the second. He's gonna
Test the arm there of the center fielder. And if the ball doesn't get away, he might have been out, but it does.
Ball gets away, right. And so safely in the third. So single for Brody Downs, and gets things going for the Eagles here.
Yeah, it was a good hit right over the top of the shortstop, just out of reach. And center fielder really made a good throw. I think the turf bounce, right, is a little different, maybe.
It is, for
and,
sure.
You know, although Bullard also has a turf field,
They
but you know, every turf plays a little bit different, and so maybe the bounce caught the third baseman off guard. Thankfully, there was backup behind, and
so Henny's at the plate now. Hits one to second. They tap the base, throw, and they get the double play, and so they'll strand one, and that'll do it for the bottom of inning number 2. We'll come back for the third here on NETSN. So a pitching change for the Tatum Eagles as the freshman Logan Tovar, they call him Lobo, comes in relief. That's what they like to say when he comes in. Let the rook cook. So, younger brother of former Eagle pitcher Landon Tovar. So, good that he's going to be able to get some innings here and playoff warm up.
yeah, and he's a different body type. He's kind of a quick guy that lets his body do. It's almost a whip motion, right, when he throws. So different style. You know, Kanzler's the power guy. Tovar uses his whole body here when he throws, and
pitch just misses. Ball hit high, a moonshot. Hines makes the catch. Man, that one went way up in the stratosphere.
it did. And again, that was Rigsby. He was actually up to bat last inning when the caught stealing happened, and so he got to come back around and hit again, and pops up to start the third. One of those interesting baseball rules, right? If you're at bat and it's not your fault, when the third out happens, you get to come back and do it again. Tovar's got a quick motion there. He doesn't waste time. He's going to get on the bump and get that ball home.
Similar to Barry, another one of the Eagles pitchers, works quickly. Ball low, just a little outside.
Yeah, he's got a little just quick step back to first base and then kick and fire.
Ball hit just over the head of the second baseman, Hines, and no way he'd get to that one. Just a good piece of hitting there.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back hits there for Foster. So he singled in the first and then singled here again in the third. So he's 2 for 2 on the day. And it brings up Korinek. Korinek was the out there on the double play earlier in the first inning. He was the guy going into second, got out on that. And so
ball is hit through the gap. Again, Bullard's just getting good base hits. Nothing, no really errors on the part of the Eagles. Just good.
Yeah, just well-placed hit.
Well-placed hits.
Yeah, timely hitting, right? Those are important characteristics, and you don't have to smash it over the fence. You just have to put it in the right place. And that brings up Bryce Roberts, the first baseman. He was the guy that grounded into the double play last inning, or in the first inning, excuse me. And oh no, that ball got away. Downs wasn't quite covering first, and when Tovar turned and realized, he almost tried to hold back and then kind of let that one fly. And
yeah, that ball just got out of the hand of Lolo and soared. So runners advance.
I was watching a game last week on Tuesday, I believe, and it was over at White House, and the pitcher for Texas High made a move to first base and throw it over the dugout out of the field of play. I've never seen one like that, but it went so far. He threw a rocket like he was throwing it from center field, and I think it was so surprising nobody really knew what to do because no one had ever seen that before. And that one, if it had been thrown any harder, might have been the same situation. Yeah. Thankfully, he kind of floated that one, and it stayed in play.
Fouled away here.
A good off-speed pitch there.
So Lolo's ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Come get him, 20.
Just misses. Maybe a hair high.
Oof. It looked numbers to me, but I'm not the one behind the plate, so it doesn't matter what we think. But
they put a third. There we go. It's 2-2. Off-speed tails just on the outside. Not enough to grab any part of the plate there, according to the officials. So. Ball hit into right field. Courtney comes, makes the play. Throw comes in.
That throw might be in time. Oh, just a hair behind.
So Aiden Courtney makes a great catch and throws in, but just a hair behind. Not much you can do about it. So a runner does score.
Yeah, and an RBI there for Roberts on the sac fly.
Hey, let us know if you're enjoying the broadcast. We'd like to know if we're doing a good job or a okay job or a bad job. You know, constructive criticism always helps.
Be kind, yeah.
Strike on the inside part of the plate.
Again, this is the shortstop, Holt. He struck out in the first inning.
Ball 2 now from Lolo. Ball over to Coop. He's going to throw. They get him. And so they'll leave one on. They do put another one across the board, so Bullard leads 3-0 coming into the bottom of the third. You're watching high school baseball on the best sports network in Northeast Texas, NETSN. We'll be back. Hey folks, we're back. Jerry Peoples, Jeremy Diamond.
Tucker Anthony.
As Tucker Anthony steps up. Thank you.
Man, I tell you what, there are a bunch of good people here in Tatum,
man.
Texas,
As
aren't
they
there?
bring us some water. Let me tell you, Mr. Cavell brought us that. That's a huge help.
Yeah, so Tucker Anthony comes in hitting .366 on the season.
Fouls that one away. Had a good night last night from the plate.
Yeah. Man, you know, and honestly, through 2 innings, the pitcher here for Bullard has been really effective. Kept his pitch count down, has gotten outs. I mean, he's only allowed 1 runner on base.
So swing and a miss on that one, and so he'll be retired. So Aiden Courtney will step up.
And you wouldn't, and again, this is no discredit to him, but he doesn't have unbelievable stuff. He's not throwing 90s, right? But he's been effective with what he has. He's put the ball in good locations. He's forced hitters to swing at things they probably don't want to, and
swinging and a miss from Courtney.
He's deceptive, I guess, would be a good way to put that.
I mean, in everything, even his fastball has a little bit of shake to it. Called strike on the inside corner there. And he works quickly too. All right, so the 0-2 pitch. Low in the turf dirt.
Yeah, and again, that's a pitch you got. If you're 0-2, you can throw that one there and hope for a swing. And if not, nobody's on base, no harm, no foul.
Swing and a miss, so Courtney will be retired.
Back-to-back strikeouts.
Number 2, Brent.
So really 3 strikeouts in the game, right? And we talked about the 1 base runner was Cody Hines on that drop 3rd strike, and so.
So top of the lineup for the Eagles with 2 outs. Grant Adcock stepping up. Ball low outside. Again, the Eagles will be taking on the Yellow Jackets of Mineola next Friday and Saturday in playoff action. And then they win that round, will take on more than likely Liberty Ilo, who's a pretty good ball club.
Yeah, not a bad ball club, right? Division winners. And again, we talked about this, but with the new split to Division I and Division II in the playoffs, it takes out a round. And so, you know, 1 seeds have the potential to meet each other in the 2nd round, not like normal where it's the 3rd round. And so that kind of changes the scope and landscape, takes a round out of your playoffs. And baseball is that fun sport that goes into the summer, right? Like playoffs don't end when school does.
Ball misses outside, so 3 balls, 2 strikes. I think it's 2, or it's just 1?
Just 1.
Just
so
1, all right. So, yeah, 3 and 1. Adcock at the plate. Ball outside, so good discipline there from Adcock, so they got a base runner. So Cooper Wiles will step up.
Yeah, and grounded it to the 2nd baseman there in the 1st inning.
Pitch a little high.
Yeah, and again, Tatum leads their batting lineup, or their first 2 hitters are their guys with the highest average. And so Adcock did his job, got on base, and now Cooper's going to try to move him around.
Single into right center. Good piece of hitting there.
Next up, the bat for the Eagles, number 7, Jackson Prince.
And I think Adcock holding up at 2nd was in response to that throw last inning from the right fielder where they should have had the runner at 3rd and didn't get it on the bounce. And
yeah, and not everybody may agree with me, but you know, you hadn't had a ton of base runners, and so I think you want to try preserve those and just station to station it, try to get something going here.
Sure, and especially with 2 outs, right? You don't want to be the third out at third. You don't want to be the first out at third, and you don't want to be the last one there at third on a play like that where you could keep the inning going. So Prince is up, bats in the 3 spot here, the catcher. And again, he's going to try to move runners around. Oh, hot shot, scooped up. Throws in time.
So Bullard hit over to the third baseman and blocked it, came up, made the throw. And again, just Tatum having issues getting the guys around the bases, but putting bat on the ball this inning, which was really good. So some sign of life from the Eagles offense there. So, hey, we'll be right back here for the top of inning number 4 on NETSN. All right, welcome back. Hey, I want to mention that this evening, Jeremy and I and a lot of the NETSN crew will be broadcasting the Azalea Orthopedic All-Star Game. We'll start with the girls' game, and then we'll have a dunk contest and three-point shooting contest in the boys' game. We'll have the East versus West, and about 45 schools represented in this basketball, and so really look forward to this every year. It's a great production, and big thanks to Azalea Orthopedic for helping bring us that. And so both schools playing right now in this ball game will be represented. So the Bullard basketball coach, guys coach, Coach Lee, is actually coaching the West team tonight, the West boys team, and so.
Well, and I'm going to throw a shocking pick here, but in the 3-point contest for the guys, I'm going to go with Jack Kinder from Martins Mill. You know, he's only the national record holder in 3-point makes for high school. Big reach there, I know. Yeah. But I'd like to see Jack put on a show tonight. I think that's going to be exciting, and again, the dunk contest is a lot of fun too.
Called strike from Lolo, and so Tatum will also have Ja'Cory Bradley representing the guys and Andrea Bradley representing the girls.
All right, we got the catcher again, Alderman, wearing the 99. Not a number you see a lot in baseball, but rocking the 99 here. And his first at bat, hit a single.
Hit one sharply in the left field is fair. It'll go to the fence and
stand-up double.
Got a chat from the Weiches. Mr. Reagan is in the hospital. Wish him a speedy recovery so they can get back in their spots cheering on the Eagles for come playoffs. But glad they're able to tune in, and always appreciate the Weiches, and I appreciate the plum jelly too. That's become a favorite snack.
That sounds delightful. All right, we got a pinch runner again for our catcher at second. So Kane steps in there. And this is Hunter, the right fielder.
Swing and a miss. Good pitch here by Lolo.
Yeah, he pulled the string on that one, and ball dropped off the plane and slowed way down, and he was expecting fastball and swung right through everything.
Uh-oh, boss man's watching. Gotta be on our best behavior, Jeremy.
Uh-oh.
The 0-2. Not a bad 0-2 pitch at all. He doesn't oblige on it, though.
Yeah, he chased the last one. Why not see if he'll chase another one? And
yeah, same pitch, like you said. Lolo's hat keeps coming off.
Just missed on that one. I think he really wanted that pitch, and it's probably fortunate his hat fell off. It kind of gave him a chance to pick it up and look. And are you sure that wasn't a strike?
So 2-2 the count. Runner on second. No outs here. Pitch misses inside. Fastball. No, didn't miss by much. Called strike. What a pitch. So he'll be retired. So 1 out.
Yeah, froze him up there. He thought he was going to first, and he said, "No, sir, you're going to the bench."
It, grabbed just enough of that corner to get the call from the official, and great pitch here by Lolo. So runner still on second.
Yeah, and you got Stain back up, and he struck out in the second inning.
Off-speed pitch comes right across the letters and kind of, cut the front corner of the plate. So good pitch here, called strike.
Got him again.
Lolo's cooking.
That buckled him. You see that? Like he thought he was going to get hit. He kind of dipped, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, just kidding.
So the 0-2 pitch. Tried to get him chasing that low outside pitch. He didn't oblige, but good stuff here from Lolo. Getting some good, valuable innings here, getting ready for playoffs. The 1-2. Off-speed pitch, called strike 3.
Filthy.
That was stinky. I smell it from here. And so he's retired. So second strikeout of the inning for Lolo.
And Steinbeck's going to go back and go, guys, it was at my eyes, inside, and the next thing I know it was in the middle of the plate. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nasty. Here's 10 and win.
That pitch stayed high. That one didn't take the dive.
10 and win is batting, looks like 300 on the season.
Strike inside corner of the plate.
A little tricky. Bullard has 2 wins.
Yeah.
Two Wright brothers win, and they have 2 Coronets. So, and it's both of them start with both Coronets start with a K, and both wins start with a T. So it's a little tricky when you look at stats because not every stat line has the full name. A lot of times it's just first initial, and so.
Well, you're talking to a twin whose name is Darren. So, and my name's Jaron. So yeah, we've lived with that my whole life. The 2-1 pitch hit high. Anthony makes the call, makes the catch. They retire the side. They leave one on. Good inning there by the Eagles. And so we'll come back for the bottom of the 4th. You're watching high school baseball on the best sports network in Northeast Texas, NETSN. Coach Bullard, they call him Bull, will step up to the plate for the Eagles, looking to get things started here, get some offense going. And they started to hit the ball a little better last inning, just couldn't get guys around. And Bullard had a big piece of the ball, Colt did. Last time got up, a big deep shot to center field that they caught. So
yeah, just hung up in the wind a little bit.
Yeah.
And the center fielder was able to move underneath it, but he did put good bats at ball. And now he just needs to put it in between 2 guys.
Here in the bottom of the 4th. It's a shot in the left field. See if it'll get down. It does, and so.
Yeah, he hit that one off the fist a little bit. Kind of jammed him a little bit, but he has enough strength and power to get it into left field and base hit.
So Cody Hines will step up.
Yeah, Cody again had the strikeout in the second inning, and then the pass ball on the third strike, dropped third strike, and was able to get to first base.
And made it to third too, but shows bunt, pulled back, pitch outside, ball 1.
Yeah, not something you see very often, right? A drop third strike, guy gets to first and then somehow gets around the third, and usually that doesn't work, but it did in that case, and just unfortunately couldn't get him home.
They throw back to first, but Bull's back in time. He'll set, deliver the pitch. Bunt, pull back, called strike. Ball was a little outside, but
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was called a strike because his bat didn't get back in time, but it definitely looked a little bit outside, so 1-1.
Yeah, maybe they say he didn't pull it back. I don't know. I thought he did, but.
Yeah.
Oh, it was low inside. Runner stays put. A shot on the right side, but just fell. He got his bat around quick on that one.
Yeah, a little too quick. Drug it foul, but put a good pop on that one. And
so 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chat with us. Let us know you're there. I enjoy the chat. Let us know who you're cheering for. Call time.
Coach has already got a Bulls gear over there. He's going to have to add some stock space there if Hines gets on base because he's going to be carrying a full armor plate there.
Start taking the wagon with him.
Yeah. So you need one of those like the retrievers, a golden retriever that picks up all that stuff and brings it back to the dugout or something. little mascot.
Off-speed pitch, stays high and outside.
Maybe a drone or something. You name the Little Eagle or something. You can fly over and pick it up and bring it back.
Now you're getting crazy. All right.
Little sponsorship ideas here.
Full count with a man on first and no outs. A shot hit over to the first baseman. He makes the stop and tag, but does advance the runner. So
Next on the bat, number 17, Brody Down.
We'll call it a fielder's choice there as Brody Down steps up. So 1 out, but Hines does advance the runner on that one. Down steps up.
Yeah, I thought for a second he was going to tag first and try to throw to second, but I think Bull was close enough it wouldn't have happened, but
yeah.
He thought about it.
Pitch inside the Downs, ball 1.
Yeah, that ball had a little break to it, but not as much and didn't get over the plate.
Yeah, so pitcher for Bullard getting a little deeper in counts than he was.
Yeah, and still only came into this inning with 31 pitches, which is pretty good for 3 innings.
A shot into left center. The left fielder makes the catch. Bull will stay put. So a lot of things just hanging up in the wind in that today.
Yeah, and for a second there, it looked like it might be trouble, right? It
Yeah.
was tailing away from the left fielder, and he didn't take the best angle initially, but was able to get there and recover and make the catch.
The wind was just thick, right? It just couldn't cut through it.
Yeah, and so Bull was he took a secondary lead there in case it got dropped because it was almost in the gap and then had to get back, and so he wasn't able to tag and go. And it really wasn't deep enough to really make a good tag effort there to get to third anyway.
Pitch misses outside.
Yeah, Henny ground into a double play in the second inning. So he comes in 0 for 1. Yeah, and again, I think the approach has changed a little bit, right? I think the first inning it was aggressive, and now it's being more patient, right?
Mm-hmm.
Making him throw strikes, make him throw pitches that you want to hit.
That one's fouled away.
They're in the Little League field.
Called strike inside corner. They found it today, didn't they? It hadn't been there, but they found it.
Yeah. The plate expanded a little bit there. Expansion due to heat.
Heat expansion. The 2-2 pitch.
You know,
Fouled away by
I think
Henny.
the frustrating thing as a hitter when that situation happens, when you get a call off the plate, is now you have to expand what you're willing to swing at, right? Especially with 2 strikes, and so it makes it tough as a hitter when you're not sure if that's going to be a strike and it may not be, and so it kind of puts the hitter at a disadvantage there. And but Deuce is wild, 2-2 with 2 outs. Fouls another one off.
Good battle here. He'll set. Deliver the pitch. Ball just foul.
Oh, one bounce was in, second bounce was out.
Coach Russell trying to wheel that one over, but
yeah, that's where you a little sweep to the side.
So good battle here by Henny. So ball gets over the shortstop and he not there in time, and so good speed there by Henny.
Yeah, and that's an infield hit all the way, right? It was a great play by the shortstop to get to that. It was slowly hit, but a good piece of hitting there by Hennigan.
So Tucker Anthony will step up. So 2 guys on. High tight call ball.
So we are now through 4 rounds of the draft if you're still on Shadur watch, and Shadur is still not drafted.
Oh, my goodness.
I think I heard a couple takes on this last night that this is an NIL message. That if you're only in it for the money and you don't really love it, there's maybe some accidental and intentional collusion here by some teams to not pick it up.
So they throw to second, gets away, so Bullard will come in. A little bit of a collision there. But Henny slides. So they'll get one across. Henny did a good job drawing the throw.
Yeah, the throw was a little bit high and wide, and again on the slide, because the shortstop was trying to make that, right, the ball was thrown the second base side, so he had to reach, and then because of that, there was a collision there on the slide, and so scores a run there, probably E2 on that throw.
Shot in the left field, makes the catch. They do get one across, so the score's 3-1 here, going into the top of the 5th. So we'll be right back here on NETSN.
All right.
So Lolo Tovar still on the mound. Came in relief and foul ball hit out of play.
Yeah, and Downing for Bullard is 49 pitches through 4 innings.
Pitch outside. A pitch outside, so 2-1.
Yeah, and again, you can hear the wind. It's kind of coming.
Yeah.
It's coming in and out, right? It's kind of blowing across our faces, kind of right to left. If you're looking from home plate.
So 3-1 the count. Called strike on the outside corner. Got Miss Britton saying thanks for broadcasting the game, getting things ready for Tatum prom. They do have prom tonight, but she wants to shout out her senior, Landon Britton, one of the many seniors on this Tatum Eagle team. So thanks for chatting with us. Ball's low outside, so it gets away. I know Lolo wishes he had that one back, but
Yeah, so he draws the walk. Rigsby, the leadoff batter, and then you've got Ethan Foster, the left fielder, coming up. Foster's been on base twice with 2 singles. He scored in the 3rd, so he's 2 for 2.
Yeah, the Eagles having prom tonight. So I think one reason maybe why the game got moved up to noon, which it works for us to get over to the All-Star game, called ball.
Yeah, a fun, busy day for you and I.
Yep. Called strike. Good pitch here by Lolo. So even us up at 2 balls, 2 strikes here. Runner on first for the Panthers. Ball fouled away. So 2-2 now the count. So runners going, a little hit and run action, goes, falls in front of Henney, and
Now batting number 13, Cage Correct.
Yeah, so the leadoff walk and then a single. So now you've got runners on first and second. Again, Bullard's done a really good job this game of getting batters on.
well, that hit and run for them, they've got that down.
Yeah. You know, and that ball flies 5 more feet, and then you're in trouble, right?
Yeah,
because you've got a guy at second when that catch is made, and he's got to get all the way back before the throw. But in that case, it worked out perfectly. And Coach is playing the odds.
Pitch misses a little high.
Yeah, that off-speed pitch floated in there. It didn't quite come down. It looked like it slipped out of his hand just a little bit on the release. And then they're going to come out and talk signs.
Lolo set, steps off.
You know, well, we got a quick break here. The Cowboys didn't have a pick in the 4th round. They made a trade with, I believe, the Panthers. And so they'll pick here in the 5th round coming up in a little bit. And we'll kind of keep you updated on that as well in case you're not tuning into that since you're here.
Oh, what a play.
The unassisted or the assisted tip catch. Again, that's why you back people up, right?
Yeah, so ball. So Anthony does a great job tracking back, and ball pops out of his glove, but Cooper West is right there to make the snag, and so it's 2 outs.
Yeah, I guess you score that. Do you score that a pop-up 5-6 or a P6? How do you score that one officially? An interesting. I don't think I've seen that too many times.
But yeah, like you said, that's why you back up, and again, hey, and Anthony was at a hard angle, so I mean, I get the ball coming out.
Yeah, that's a tough play for him. It's actually an easier play for Whitus, and he just happened to be right there as the ball caromed off of Anthony's the heel of his glove there, and perfect pop right to Cooper's glove.
So still got 2 guys on with 1 out here. Beautiful pitch by Lolo.
Yeah, this is Roberts. No, this is 15. Excuse me. We got a pinch hitter here.
Misses low.
$15 is Dylan Fowler.
Just misses low.
So the assumption would be that Fowler would come in at first. I don't want to guarantee that till we see him in the field, but he is replacing the first baseman, Roberts.
He got
in
the
the
first
batting
base
order.
build to him.
Yeah, he does. That
Ball
is
hit.
a sky-high pop-up.
So, play made by Henny.
No assist needed on that
No
one.
assist needed on that one.
Jackson Holt.
I was just out of our camera angle there. Sorry. It's hard to get the whole part there.
That ball was just a little high and outside there. Again, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Swing and a miss. Ball gets in the dirt. Throw to third. Not in time. Both runners advance. So on the double steal, we've got runners at second and third. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here at top of the 5th with 2 outs. Tovar on the mound. Jackson Holt, the shortstop, at the plate. Ball 2 inside. So 2 balls, 1 strike. That one's in the dirt again. Good block there by Prince. Kept it in front of him.
I know our home plate camera's kind of scooted a little bit, so I'll go adjust that in a little bit and try to get a little bit more of that left field, third base side there. Ball misses high, so they'll put him on the base pads. They'll load things up.
Yeah, so second walk of the inning there for Tovar, and coming into bat again is the catcher, number 99, Alderman. Alderman is 2 for 2. He had a single in the second and a double in the 4th. And he'd love nothing more than to drive in a couple runs here.
Things have cooled off a little bit today, a little bit of a breeze, and the clouds came in. So it was pretty warm when we were setting up.
Yeah, and again, thanks to this ballpark's got a great cover over us, which is nice as well. Keeps the sun off, and just a great atmosphere for baseball.
Throw back.
That was close.
Yeah.
It was. It was the closest one all day. You got to be sure on that, too, with the bases loaded, that you're going to get that throw where you want it to be, because any kind of wild throw is going to score a run. And
Ball was low in the turf dirt.
yeah, that breaking ball didn't break. It dropped, but it didn't come across.
Hit over to Hines. They make the play, and so they'll retire the side, and they strand 3. So here we go to stretch time. We're going to keep it with you so you can take part of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Who's that?
Courtney. Yeah, so normally it would be Aiden Courtney up to bat, so it looks like we're going to have Tristan Berry as a pinch hitter here.
So Tristan Berry will pitch hit. Downey's still on the mound for the Panthers.
Number 12, Tristan Berry.
Yeah, Tristan pitched last night for Tatum and did a good job overall. Just a couple of, like we talked about, a couple of things, but again, no earned runs, and he threw a complete game. Oh, there it is. All right, so Shadur Sanders comes off the board to the Cleveland Browns in the 5th round.
Scoop up, throw. They'll get Berry.
Yeah, throw was wide there, but the throw wasn't down the baseline, and so he was able to make the tag. Yeah, so Shadur Sanders goes in the 5th round.
Not
Again,
a bad
to
spot
a
for him.
team that we thought might have drafted him maybe in the 2nd round or 1st round even. And so if you're the Browns, you're probably happy that you got him late. And if you're Shadur, now you have a chip on your shoulder, and it's time to go prove why you should have been drafted much higher than you were.
As Grant Adcock steps up to the plate. Swing and miss. Adcock back in the box here.
Yeah, and Downing's done a really, really good job all game of controlling this game.
Called strike here to Adcock.
Yeah, and he's not the biggest guy, right? He doesn't look super. You wouldn't look at him and go, man, he's intimidating, but he's been really, really effective. Holds back on that one. That one's in the off the plate there, and ball and 2 strikes here with 1 out, the bottom of the 5th.
One balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss since Adcock's retired. And
Next at the bat for the Eagles, number 21, Cooper.
bring up Cooper Whitus. Yeah, Miss Britton also shouts out the best PA announcer in all of Texas, Mr. Mathis. Great job and great DJ skills as well. I tell you, we said it last night, but I can't hardly bring KO to Tatum, and he'll just dance the whole time because of Mr. Mathis's music. And so, Mr. Mathis,
It's hard not to enjoy it, you know.
Called strike. Does a great job. I've gotten to know him obviously over the past few years of calling Tatum sports, and really enjoy him.
You know, thankfully I'm not much of a dancer, and so no harm there, right? But I do enjoy the music, and it's a great time here at the ballpark, and again, he makes the atmosphere just that much better.
Oh yeah, you and I, we're all business, you know. 1 ball, 1 strike. Inside.
Yeah, so Cooper grounded out to second in his first at bat, and then hit a single in his second at bat, and so he's 1 for 2 today, and would love to add another hit to that tally.
Pitch outside. Got a big gap in left center that's just begging for some action.
Yeah, and then you got room down the right field line. Again, they're expecting him to pull or at least hit something to right center, it looks like. And
there's a moonshot. Shallow center. Shortstop comes over, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. So we'll be right back here on NETSN.
Birthday boy Tatum. Tatum, number 16, now coming in fifth for the Eagles.
So Caden Tatum, it's his birthday today, and he's coming in relief. And also, I believe made it to the state track meet as a high jumper.
You know, I think there's this big myth. I think we've talked about it maybe, but there's a big myth that you have to focus on one sport, right? And the truth is that multi-sport athletes often get drafted more than guys that are single sport because you're preventing some wear and tear from doing the same thing all year round, but you're also developing other muscles and skills. And so, man, I think the push needs to come back, and it does a lot of small schools for sure, but even bigger schools, let these kids play more than one sport.
Well, Caden Tatum, he's the epitome of that. I mean, I think it was Defensive Newcomer of the Year last year for football, the season before last, and swinging a miss, and a big part of the football team there. Part of that state championship basketball team, a starter for the state championship basketball team.
He said high jumper. I mean,
I know 2 years ago he got fourth in state, I believe. And he's not a super tall guy, but he's got a lot of jump in the air to him, a lot of pop to him. And so we'll be going to the state meet again. I think he actually set a regional meet record for high jump, I think, if I remember that right.
I bet throw in some golf, and he's got it all down, right? No, but again, I think it's so important and such a cool thing that these guys get to do that.
So that was a foul ball.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised Anthony picked that one up for as long as it took to get there. It was a foul ball. I probably would have let that go to make sure that call was made, but umpire saw it as foul. And
it's probably a good thing, too.
Yeah, he would have been safe by a bit.
All right, so 2-ball, 2-strike count. Cold strike. Good pitch there by Tatum.
Got him looking.
Pitching for the Panthers, number 25, Alex Hammonds.
Yeah, so today's game, our starter Canceller had 2 strikeouts. Tovar had 2, and then now that's 1 for Tatum. So 5 strikeouts on the day for the Bullard Panthers. 4 of them looking, which means you threw a really, really filthy pitch, right?
Swing and a miss.
Yeah. So not swinging, missing strikes, but
good pitch here by Tatum. I remember when he really kind of found pitching. I think he pitched when he was younger in middle school, and then hadn't done it much. And 2 years ago in the playoffs, just needs some relief, and he came in and really has done a great job since. And
hot shot over there, right in between the on-deck circle and the catcher there on the wall.
And that was 2 seasons ago. I believe we were in Winsboro. The 0-2. Off-speed pitch just doesn't fall enough, but not a bad idea on it. The 1-2. Hit foul. Getting a playoff warm-up game here. It's where you're trying some things, just getting some good reps in before playoffs. And not sure who Bullard's playing in the first round. I hadn't seen that. Of course, Tatum will be taking on Mineola.
Yeah, this is already the 7th pitch of this at bat. He calls time. So he's working the count here.
The 1-2. They get him. They get a 1-3 put out.
And again, that's number 25, Alex Hammonds, there that took that at bat. And then here's 16, Tannen Wynn, the second baseman.
Pitch stays a little high, ball 1. Thanks for watching today, and I wasn't sure what kind of viewership we'd get being a Saturday and a lot going on, but it's doing pretty good, so thankful for that. Good block there by Prince. Still would like you to chat with us. Let us know if you're watching, who you're cheering for. We've had a little bit of chat, so thanks so much. Past few weeks, our viewership has been really good with these baseball games. Now, next week, playoffs. Again, playoffs have to go through NFHS. 2-0 pitch. Ball misses high.
Well, they called that one a strike.
Oh, did they really?
He did. He called that one a strike.
Hey.
We'll take
right.
it. We'll take it.
That one misses high.
Yeah.
But we're hoping to get the broadcast for NFHS. Again, you'll have to view it through NFHS, but it'll be us. That's the hope. Play. Tucker throws. They get him. So that'll retire the side. Good defense there. Good pitching by the Eagles. So we'll be back here for the bottom of the 6th. You're watching high school baseball on the best sports network in Northeast Texas, NETSN. All right, welcome back, folks. Downey's still on the mound for the Panthers.
For the Eagles, number 11, Cole Bullard.
So Cole Bullard, the Bull, will step up to the box. But nope, Jackson Prince.
Jackson Prince.
The Prince stepping up. Bullard's on deck. I got cut off by Mr. Mathis there.
Yeah, and again, as we said earlier, Dylan Fowler came in to pinch hit, and now he's playing first base for the Panthers.
Pitch misses inside to Jackson.
It looks like everything else around the infield stayed the same in outfield.
A little bit of wind, you can probably hear it. The 1-0 pitch. Ball hit just past the shortstop, so now our camera shifted to the left side a little bit. Goodness.
That wind will do funny things. Again, Colt Bullard is up. This is his third at bat of the game. Flied out to center field, a deep fly in the second. In the fourth, he got a single, and then was able to be the run that scored on an error by the catcher, throwing the ball out to second base on an attempted steal.
That one's fouled away.
Sky high and out of play. All right, the Cowboys drafted Jaden Blue out of Texas, running back from UT in the 5th round.
Now, I thought they'd go running back. I didn't know it was going to be him because I'm not watching. I'm not sure who was available, but.
Yeah, there was quite a run there on defensive players, and then the 9th pick was a running back out of Oregon, Jordan James, and then Jaden Blue went 12th to the Cowboys in round number 5. That ball gets away.
Ball gets away, and so Prince will scamper to second. No outs. Downhill set. Leg up, pitch delivered. Low outside the turf dirt.
Yeah, so 3-1 count here. Do you walk him? Do you pitch to him? You're gonna go at him, it looks like.
Turns on that one, hits it.
Ooh, he shot a hot shot.
side.
Grant Adcock just got out of the way on that one. That one came into the dugout there, and he came flying out of it. So no worse for the wear, but a close one.
That one's fouled away. Good battle here by Bull. 3 balls, 1 strike again. The Prince on second base, Jackson. Swing and a miss.
Oh.
So
Catcher couldn't come up with it there. Again, that's the second time we've had a strikeout and a runner make it to first.
now, I thought it was just 3-1, but it was full. And so, hey, base runners. So Hines represents the go-ahead run at the plate here. But no
again,
outs.
this is what you want if you're Tatum, right? You want to get something going here and have a chance to do that.
Called strike here to Hines on the outside corner. Shows bunt, pulls it back, it's in the dirt. One and one the count now. We're evened up.
Time is called there.
Well, he's a bunt, just goes foul. Not a bad idea at all from Hines there.
Yeah, just got that off the end of the bat.
Yeah.
Didn't quite get the bat over far enough. And again, good idea there. That bunt was laid softly enough. They might have, they'd have easily gotten runners advanced, and
Yeah.
he might have even gotten safe to first there with that bunt placement, but just went foul.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes here. So Daniel set. Comes to home. Swing and a miss from Hines, and so he'll be retired.
Now batting number 17, Brody Downs.
So Brody Downs stepping up for the Eagles here. Again, 2 guys on. Bottom of the 6th.
Again, Downing has 6 strikeouts on the day. 4 of them were actually outs. 2 of them, again, guys got to first, but 6 strikeouts on the day. Most of them swinging.
Big swing there by Downs. Pulls out a little bit, and so
Yeah,
strike one.
Downs was trying to put that over there at that 315 in that left foul
he
pole
was.
there. He was trying to drag that down the line.
Ball low, so we're evened up. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Burner.
Yeah, Brody's kind of taking a different approach. He's up in the box.
Hits that one foul.
You can kind of see in the batter's box where most players put their feet, and he's a whole step forward from both of those spots, and so he wants to get out ahead of it here. And
So ball hitting the gap
That's what
here.
you want.
And they keep the runner there, so.
Now batting number 8, Justin Hennigan.
Yeah, that's your catcher there at third. You probably don't want to send him there with just one out.
I think, you know, in a game that you hadn't had a ton of base runners, you got to be smart with them, and right? And
yeah.
With just one out, so Henny steps up to the plate.
Yeah, he's got the sacks jacked. Let's see what he can do with it.
Pitch misses outside. So similar spot that the Eagles were in last night against New Diana.
Yeah, just an inning earlier, right? But same idea. Yeah, now this really favors Hennigan here. He can look for a pitch he wants to hit here with a 2-0 count, right? He doesn't have to be greedy. He can pick and choose what he wants to swing at here with a 2-0 lead.
Called strike on the inside corner. He found it again.
What did we say last night? Amoebic?
Amoebic.
Amoebic. It's moving in and out just a little bit.
Two-one pitch. Ooh. Little chin Muzak.
Buzz the tower.
So 3-1 the count. Bases juiced and 3 duckies on the pond.
Again, a base hit here should score 2.
Fouls that one away. That'll bring us to a full. And good battle here by Henny. Down he sets from the windup. Start the motion, throw the pitch.
Back up the middle.
Back up the middle. They throw, and they get the double play. And I think Coach Russell's coming to talk to the field official.
I'm not sure he touched second base. I was going to say that. I think he stepped over it. I don't think he got second base at all. I think that's the question. I agree. I don't think he got second. I think he stepped over the top of it, but I don't think he's going to win that argument.
And so they leave 3 on, and so we'll come back here for the top of the 7th here on the best sports network in Northeast Texas, NETSN. Again, like last night, Tatum knocking on the door of an opportunity there, but and just stranded 3 guys on and in that double play. And so we'll come here to the top of the 7th.
Yeah, and Coach Russell was going out to the field umpire there to ask if he touched the bag, and the field umpire said enough, I guess, to count. It was close. Maybe a safety thing with a little bit of vicinity in there, but it was definitely not a clear touch of second base.
Yeah, we know that a lot of times if you're in the neighborhood, they're going to give you the call, especially if you're turning 2. And right or wrong, that's just what they'll do.
Sure.
Strike on the inside corner there.
Rigsby kind of takes a look back at the umpire there and says, okay. Again, we're at the top of the lineup here for the Bullard Panthers. They've got a 3-1 lead. Just had the bases loaded for Tatum and wasn't able to capitalize, and so.
A little outside.
Cowboys picked again from a trade. They picked Shamar James, the linebacker out of Florida.
I think they've got something cooking for wide receiver outside the draft. Ball in the turf dirt, so.
Leadoff man's aboard with a walk. And here comes Ethan Foster, the left fielder.
It's a man on first, no outs. Ball hit into center field. Adcock makes the catch.
That ball hung up a little bit more than I think he thought was gonna. You could almost see him as he got there. He's like, "Oh shoot, I'm gonna have to reach up."
Yeah, he was charging forward and then tapped the brakes pretty quickly, and good play there by Adcock.
Yeah, that ball had a little bit more carry. I even thought he was in the right spot, and then all of a sudden that ball just didn't come back down. It just kind of stayed at that plane. And
I'm telling you, the wind's been keeping things in the air today. The flag's whipping now out in the right center. So one out with one on. So they throw back to first. He gets back in time. Caden, he'll deliver. Just outside. Chat with us. Let us know you're watching. Here in the top of the 7th. Misses outside. So 3-0. Called strike on the outside corner. Got just enough of the sliver of the black there to get the call, and 3-1 the count.
Yeah, and you got the DH here, Korinek up. He's ground into a double play.
So fouls that one away.
He singled, and then he was the one on the assisted pop catch there between between Anthony and Whitus last or 2 innings ago. And
so of course that foul ball hit the net, so it moved our camera again, the home plate camera.
We're gonna have to hire those guys sitting right behind it there to help us out here.
Ball hit. They get the guy at first. Does advance the runner.
Yeah, with a full count, that runner was going either way, and so.
Number 15, Dylan Fowler.
But that's your second out here.
Yeah, and this is Dylan Fowler again. Dylan came in the 5th as a pinch hitter, and then has been playing first base since.
Pitch misses inside. Again, we mentioned it earlier, but the Azalea Orthopedic All-Star Basketball Classic will be tonight on NETSN. We'll start with the girls' game around 5, I think, and then dunk and three-point contest in the middle, and then the boys' game. And both schools here represented well in tonight's matchup.
Yeah, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and again, a chance for those guys to showcase one more time what they can do and getting to play with different players, right? Other All-Stars, and that's a fun event.
Ball gets past Jackson, and so Arnold will go to third. And I think you and Grand Poobah Brett will be doing the majority of the broadcasting duties. I'll be producing. I'll be going between the camera angles and make sure everything's running smoothly, so it's going to be fun. Called strike.
That inside strike is back again.
It's back. They found it.
Like that Eminem song, Guess Who's Back again.
Yeah.
That ball's driven down the left field line right past the third baseman, and that's going to get almost to the wall. Oh, the runner slips coming around first. The old turf monster grabbed him by the toe and took him down, and that doesn't feel good, let me tell you. That does not feel good at all to get taken out by the turf. But a single, again, that single plated a run. So now our score is 4-1 Bullard. Really should have been a double, but again, the runner slipped coming around first base, and so here's Jackson Holt. First pitch off speed, got him swinging at something different, So no balls and a strike here. That ball is driven to third, scooped up by Anthony. Bounce on the throw, but Downs makes the recovery, and that'll end the inning. So a quick 5-3 put out there. 1 run is plated. That's the end of the top of the 7th. We'll be back for the bottom of the 7th to see if the Tatum Eagles can make a comeback. Again, here on NETSN Live.
Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. Tate Wyatt. No, Tate Wynn.
Tate Wynn, yes, sir.
Is coming in relief for the Bullard Panthers to try and wrap things up as they lead 4-1 and what's really been a pretty good ball game. I mean, again, just similar story for the Tatum Eagles, just leaving some guys on in scoring position, but
yeah, and Bullard's had the right hit at the right time, right to get a run, or the right play to get that happening, and so that gives us our 4-1 score here.
But again, you know, of course, Bullard, a 4A school and undefeated in their district, and so not a slouch by any means, and so a good matchup here for Tatum. They've been playing this game a couple of years, I think, and
yeah, and again, you know, this is what you want, right? You want to get yourself against really good competition before you go to the playoffs, and you know, it gives you an idea of what you still need to work on and what things need to improve and where you're at. And again, this is a good team. Really 2 good teams, right? Both district winners, both with 10 wins in their district.
So Tucker Anthony will step up. Pitch misses outside. Ball hit sharply in the left center field. A good hit there for Anthony, and the Eagles quickly have a man on the base pads for
now batting the Eagles. Number 25.
Aiden Courtney. And Courtney coming back in this ball game.
Yeah, I was gonna say Barry batted for him in the 5th. And now Aiden's back in. The old re-entry rule.
Swinging and miss.
Got a piece of that. It sounded like a little tink there.
Little tink. Well, off-speed pitch, swing and miss, and the 0-2. Little dribbler. Gets the guy at first, but does advance the runner.
Now batting number 2, Grant Adcock.
So Grant Adcock comes up here in a big spot, and we're at the top of the lineup here.
Yeah, and again, good job by Aiden there, staying alive, right, hitting a soft grounder. Was able to, you know, it was slow enough that they weren't able to turn 2 on it, and so advances the runner to second, and then gets us back to the top of the lineup.
The junior Adcock stepping in the box. Anthony on second. Pitch misses outside. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let us know how we're doing, how we did. We'll take constructive criticism. The 1-0, big swing there, fouled away. All you gotta do is, if you haven't, subscribe and you'll be able to chat with us.
Yeah, and again, thanks for tuning in. You know, Well, we will talk to ourselves, but it's much more fun if we've got a broadcast audience, and we're glad you tuned in. If you're a Panther fan or an Eagle fan.
Little dribbler hit there. Adcock. They're going to say they got him, and so.
Now batting number 21, Cooper.
Camera moved again.
Yeah, and I think they did get him. Yeah. He was out by half a step. It was close. And again, hit just enough where Anthony couldn't advance on that one, and so he stays at second.
So Cooper Wyatt is stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, and his job is to keep the game alive here, right? He's got to get on base and get it to Prince and Bullard.
Off-speed pitch. Wyatt doesn't oblige, and so ball one. That one, moonshot, but should be out of play. It is.
Landed
a little under that one.
Yeah, landed right behind us.
One ball, one strike, 2 outs, a man on second. Ball misses low. Cooper, great discipline at the plate.
Yeah, those pitches aren't missing by much, right? It would be easy to convince yourself to swing at those, but he's been disciplined and stayed patient.
And he's been starting, since his freshman year, so a lot of at bats. A shot past the center fielder. So Anthony's running in.
Cooper puts the brakes on, and thankfully there was nobody to throw to.
Yeah, he put the brakes on, had the turf monster got him a little bit, but.
Yeah, so an RBI single there.
Number 7, Jackson Prince.
I'm sorry, that camera's moved over a little. I'll tell you, that wind is fighting. So Jackson Prince, the Prince stepping up to the box.
Yeah, and Jackson on the day had 2 ground outs and then had a single in the last inning. He represents second on a wild pitch and then to third, but wasn't able to come home.
Call strike. He represents the tying run here. As the Eagles trail by 2.
And again, it wouldn't be shocking if this team came back and won. That's what they've done all year. Yeah,
that's what they do. That's what they've done for 3 years. The 3 years I've followed them, I tell you, they're scrappy. You can't ever count them out.
And obviously with the record this Bullard team has, they haven't let a lot of teams do the same to them, right? So I think that's the battle here is 2 solid teams and who's going to impose their will here in the final outs to see the game out.
A shot by Prince into left center.
Next up in the Eagles, number 11, Colt Bullard.
So a good hit there for the Prince. And I bring up Colt Bullard. They call him Bull here. He represents a go-ahead run, and so.
Coach is going to have a conversation here about Bull.
So when
Listen, son, if you put it over the middle, it's going to go a long way. Please don't do that, right?
So I'm going to go adjust that camera while they have a chat. It looks like it will be a pitching change, actually. So as the new pitcher warms up, we'll take a break. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
Welcome back. Again, we have a pitching change here. The DH turned pitcher. It's not something you see all the time, but the DH here, Karinik, is coming in to try to close this game out here. Again, bases, we got runners on first and second. Runners on first and second, and we've got Bull up to bat. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Again, Tatum's already plated 1 run. They need 2 more to tie. 3 would win it. Oh, and he plunks him on the first pitch. Not the way that you want to start there. So Bullard's going to get the free pass as he's hit by a pitch. And now you have the second baseman, number 22, Cody Hines, coming in. All right, here's the pitch. That ball's outside. So 1-0 here, bases loaded, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Again, 4-2 Bullard. Karinik has come on to close. He hit the first battery face on the first pitch. He's got an interesting little hitch in his get-up there.
He does, yeah.
Kind of a pause right before he throws. A little unorthodox, a little, again, difficult to pick up, time it.
Called strike.
He does do a really good job of hiding the ball. You don't really get a look at it until it's out of his hand.
And his pitch has a little bit of, like that one had a little bit of, little rise to it. Pitch misses outside.
3 balls and a strike here. And again, man, Hines would love nothing more than to get a walk RBI, right? You know, walk a run in.
I think he'd love to put the bat on the ball too.
For sure. But, you know, you'll take a run at this point any way you can get it. He drives one in between the first and second baseman. Will the cover get there in time?
They don't. So good effort there by Hines.
Yeah, that would have been really easy, right, to not
let
run.
up on it,
Yeah, to pull up knowing that that's going to get caught and grabbed, and he didn't.
So here we go.
So 2 runs have plated. Man, what an interesting. This is what we're talking about. The cardiac kids, right?
They can do it. So Downs up. Bases jacked.
Downs got a good batting average. I think he's batting .390 on the season.
Pitch misses.
No slouch there.
Pitch misses inside.
So I think he's currently tied when this game kicked off for second in the team batting average.
He had a good lick earlier. That one's fouled away.
Just a little late on that one. He kind of hitched right before he went to get into, again, timing it, right? That little bit of a hitch in the pitch kind of throws your timing off, and he hesitated just a minute. It was a little late.
On the 1-1 count.
Ground ball, that looks like it might be it.
So they get him, so that will do it. And so a little bit of a comeback effort there for the Eagles, but they fall to the Bullard Panthers by a score of 4-3. And so thanks so much for tuning in. Again, if you would like to, we'll be having the Azalea Orthopedic All-Star Game tonight, starting about 5 o'clock, and then a lot of activities there. So just come to the YouTube channel and view that, and we would love for you to take part in that. So again, for Jeremy Diamond, Jaron Peoples, and the rest of the NETSN crew, thanks so much for tuning in. Have a good evening, folks.